Hi guys, how are you all doing? Phil Kent here, and just continuing with my lives as part of the challenge. And also today I'm joined by the lovely Leah and the lovely Lesley, who we've both had on before. Great powerhouses within OLSP as well. And so you will hear us banging on about it a little bit. And anyone who's been watching my last lives know that I've been banging on about it, and you can hear it from somebody else, because I've been preaching, ladies, about if anybody is on the fence right now, there's no better time to be joining OLSP than now. I mean, save me banging about it on nearly every single live. You can hear it from two other people who will tell you just the same thing. Let's kick off with you, Leah. We've not had you on for a little while. This is without doubt the best time to join OLSP if anybody's on the fence.
Yeah, I think it is, because with the new site coming, I think there's going to be a lot of really good changes. It's going to be really user-friendly, and I mean, it already is user-friendly, but I think it's going to make a huge impact on everybody, and especially with the commissions that we're going to be making in the future. It's going to streamline everything. And
Lesley, you've been in the VIPs. I mean, I mean, it was as unwell as she is today. I mean, I got on a call with her a little while ago after my last live, and she was bouncing off the walls because she just come out of the VIP call and she couldn't tell me anything, but she wanted to tell me so much, and she wanted to, but she said she couldn't, and she said,
well, I didn't realise we couldn't, so I won't say anything.
Yeah, well, she said, she told me snippets, but obviously we're on a live, so I think we've got to sort of watch how much we say. But when she said she was absolutely buzzing with excitement, she can't wait. I mean, you
Christmas
must be
is coming early.
Christmas is coming early.
Absolutely. And the best decision I ever made was having gone from my $47 into Dominator and then to VIP. It really was. If I could have afforded the next stage, I would have done that as well. But it was just a bit too steep for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I think you get to a point where you're in VIP with all the extra value that's given. And initially you don't appreciate, or I didn't appreciate it because I didn't actually understand it, because being a total beginner. But now when I look back 6 months on, like I'm revisiting a lot of the training. I went back to the toffee method, and I went back to the Facebook training. My God, it's like my eyes have been opened. Having been doing it for 4 months diligently.
I think it's imperative. I mean, it's funny you should mention that, because I was talking with I was on a call with one of my dominators day before yesterday, and he particularly wants to go down the sort of email and magic link route. And I said to him, have you, and he's finally getting his head around the magic link, because for those who haven't done it before, which is none of us when we come in, it is a little bit, takes quite a lot to understand it, because it's completely different to what you've sort of been shown or taught about general email marketing. And I said to him, you need to go and watch the magic link training inside the bonus training on the Dominator 7. He went, oh, I've watched it. And I said, how many times have you watched it? And he said, just the once. I said, right. And I said, here's the thing. And I said, you're just starting to understand the magic link now. I said, with the amount of training there is inside of the Dominator training alone, I said, it's not possible to watch all that training and retain everything. I said, it's just not humanly possible, which is not, is it? You know, and I said, no. I've watched that particular training 3 times along with the toffee method, because I think they go so well hand in hand. And I said, if this is the route that you want to focus on, which is that, as I said, definitely go and watch it again. I said, go and watch it again. I said, because second time around, you're going to have a better understanding of it anyway. I said, you're going to really, a lot more pieces are going to drop into place, and you've got to get it. Because if there's an area you've got to focus, you've actually got to watch it over and over, haven't you? It's not possible to take all that training in and just get it first time. It's just, you know, it's not that.
And you have to watch it in manageable lumps as well. Mm-hmm. I find I watch and I write my own notes. I retain it better, but you still don't retain all of it, even in 30-minute batches.
No.
Yeah, I went through the training in about 2.5 days, and I still go back and look at it, especially now that I have dominators underneath me and they need help with stuff. I don't use MailView anymore, so I have to go back to the training because I have get response.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
sorry,
go on, Leslie.
No, I was just going to say what Leah was saying. I spent a weekend going through all the training, from the list building through the academy training, and not only was it overwhelming, but there was an awful lot I didn't retain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it is.
it is good to go back.
It is exactly like that. I mean, when I came on board, I did very, very similar. I mean, I didn't even promote it for a week. I didn't even attempt to promote the program for a week because I wanted to make sure I had gone through all the academy training and all the dominator training, just so I knew what was what. I wanted to know my way around the dashboard. I wanted to know where everything was inside and out. You know, for when other team members and dominators say, where do you find this, where do you find that, because some people just do not look and find things. But I needed to know where everything was. And I spent a week just dedicating to knowing, going through the training and knowing the system. And I think it's like anything. It's like if you start a new job, isn't it? I mean, that's literally what you've got to do. You've got to find out where everything is and
Yes.
find your way around. It's imperative, especially when you're going to be bringing people on board, because otherwise, you're right, it just doesn't sound right, does it? If they ask you, saying you don't know where anything is, you don't know the answer to anything, where's this and that, I don't know where that is, you know, they're going to think, well, what do you know? You know, I know they're still responsible for their own actions, but it just helps you become the leader in front of them, doesn't it? If you've taken that initiative and you found out where everything is, and, you know, when a dominator asks, you can say, yeah, that's pop, pop, pop. But you have to go through it all. You have to retain it all. It's absolutely essential. There's too much, and that's without the VIP stuff that you've got on top.
I think it took me 8 weeks before I started promoting. I'm doing it around my job. So I'm, 3 hours in an evening is quite intense looking at a computer screen. So I think that first 2 months was the hardest, just purely from learning how to set up my Facebook page. I mean, I didn't even have a Facebook account. So, I mean, in this day and age, it's almost unheard of. So it really was a startup. And even though I'd followed the training, I only just recently found out that I had my Facebook page set up wrong. And Mandy very kindly went through it with me. I was ever so grateful for the time she spent. I mean, it only took her about 15 minutes, but that 15 minutes has been life-changing to my account. And this is what you need, and there's all these very clever people in the group that can step in and help.
Yeah, that's the great thing about our community is we have so many people with so many different backgrounds that are just willing to help anyone. Yeah,
I think that's one of the biggest things. It's the one big thing that most members talk about it. We've touched on it before, haven't we? About it's such a helpful community of people, and it doesn't matter where they are in the OMSP program or how long they've been or whatever. Everybody's just willing to help them. I mean, I said when I was talking to the dominator I had a call with, I said, look, I'm going to reach out to Derek Furrer in the program because I know he's always quite high up on the leaderboard, and I knew for a fact that he's done as well as he has done by following the magic link process to the letter. He's literally done it because I've seen his posts about it, I've seen social media stuff about it, and so I said to my dominator, I said, look, in the meantime, go back and watch that training. I'm going to reach out to Derek and ask him exactly what he's doing. Because I said, this is not the area that I follow 100% myself. I said, I've watched the trainings on it. I said, but the best way to get it is from someone who's doing it. And I said, and so I reached out to Derek and he answered on the same day. And I said to him, I just want to run a quick one by you. And he said, sure, far away. And told him what the situation was. I said, I want to know exactly how you followed it, how you've done so well. And I said, and how do you transition people from the cold list magic link into the mega link? And he said, no, I do it exactly how the training tells me to do it. That was pretty much his answer. He said, I followed it. He said, I promote the magic link, and he said, I'll take the commissions from that, I'll reinvest it again into more traffic. And he said, when my commissions go up, I post my results, I get interest from that, and there's my warm list. They're the ones I send to the list building training. That's it. He said that's what he does, and he's now owned, I think, over 15k, something like that, by doing this. Maybe he's paid for his VIP for it. As I thought, best person to talk to. This is someone who's doing what he said, and he said, "I just did what Wayne told me to do."
Yes,
he said, and I think that is where it comes down to it, isn't it? It's Wayne's training is so good, and if you just do what he tells you to do, it works basically, doesn't it?
It does.
It's very hard to sometimes convince people of that, though.
Yeah.
I find that the hardest thing to sell. Sorry, Leah.
a lot of people just want instant results.
Yes,
and
they
don't
do.
understand that the time that it takes to actually like build up something like a cold list.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing is as well, as a lot of people right now on Facebook and Instagram posting about their fantastic results, how they make 30,000 in the first month. And I'm not saying that they haven't, but it gives a very false impression to the other people who can't, because they've paid a lot of money for that program.
Yeah.
It's not a $7 program. And
No.
you know, they're very fortunate that they can afford to pay $15,000 or whatever it costs, but a lot of people can't. So when you've got to put the work in yourself, and you try and I've had someone this morning on Instagram, and I'm trying to explain all the valuable tools and training that's inside the program by going to Dominator.
Yeah.
She's still coming back to me. She says, well, I think I'll just start off with the $47. And it's just, it's hard.
You can only do as much as you can do, Lesley. I mean, I think one of the best things about the program is you don't really need to sell it to people. When you realise it's as powerful as it is and good as it is. I mean, all the dominators that I got in and the ones I got in early, you know, there was no convincing on my part. And the more the more you just say, well, look, hey, take a look and think about it.
Yeah.
You know,
I've had a couple people sign up under me who were just supposed to be dominators, and one, I keep messaging her, haven't heard from her. She was so excited. The other one hasn't even done anything in the training yet. So
I've said to Phil, both my dominators left, Leah.
Yeah.
I was so excited to get dominators, two of them, and they left.
Yeah.
But that's always the industry. But if they leave within 2 months, then they weren't going to be any good for you anyway. They are the ones that have got the wrong mindset. They're the ones that want to come in, like you said, and get the instant results. You know, and you want the ones that see it as a long-term thing. When I'm fortunate, my guy Carl and Carlo, the ones I spoke to you about, they both see it as a long-term venture. They know it's not a quick fix and a quick solution and everything else. I mean, I've had 2 dominators drop off for similar reasons, and one only came in and lasted a month. You know, he cancelled before his next dominator samples come out. You know, you're thinking, how could you have possibly learn anything in that short period of time with the amount of information in there? No, it's just another one who's come in, took advantage of the 50% dominator deal to have a look, decided, no, I'm not earning any money, and because I haven't had this windfall of cash come out of it, and I'm going to go. You know, it's just, and unfortunately, that is how too many people are. And and realistically, these aren't the people that you want anyway. You want the ones who are going to come in, like yourselves sitting here, like the Aussies of the world, and all the rest of it. These are the people that you want. You know, the ones that come in and say, yeah, I'm gonna make it work. I mean, I've got this guy, another dominator. I haven't heard much from him. He's just a busy guy. He sings whenever you know, but he's still on board. He's been on board with me for quite a while. But I messaged him yesterday because I used to message him on the weekends because he works quite long hours at his work. And then one weekend he was going fishing with the family, and another weekend he was going camping with his mates. But he still stayed on board. And I messaged him yesterday. It turns out I said, just touching base about the new system. Oh yeah, I'm still here. He said, I'm waiting to get going. I've just come back from Vegas. We've just got married. You know, he's got this crazy sort of hectic lifestyle. But he's still
sound like he's got room to be a dominator in his life.
No, but it's crazy. But he's still ever so keen. He said, keep me posted, and he said, and I will definitely make time for this and get to work on it. He wants it to work, so he's got a lot of reasons why he wants to get out of the industry he's in. He's a welder and stuff like that. And he wants.
It just has to be the right time, doesn't it?
Yes, and they need that reason. The reason is crucial, definitely. If they've got that correct why, whatever that it may be, whether they need, because so many people want to get out of the industry they're in. I've spoken to. I don't know what it's like in Canada, Leah, but I've had so many conversations with American truck drivers, male and female, who have had to leave because of injury to backs and all the rest of it. So many of it must be such a common problem over there. I don't know what it's like over in Canada. I assume it's similar because they have roads. The amount of them, you're thinking this is, these long distance lorry drivers over there, especially over in the States, crazy ones, and women as well. I've had to say about this. One stopped because her husband had stopped. And then she was doing more hours because her husband was no longer working because he had stopped for illness. And then she said she had an accident on the truck and now she stopped. So is it a similar situation with that and other jobs over in Canada, Leah?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, in healthcare, we get injured a lot over stupid things that happen. And I think it's one of the highest jobs for injuries right now.
Really?
Yeah. I've had multiple shoulder injuries, back injuries, wrist injuries. I mean, my body's at the point where I can't take it anymore. So, and I don't want to be crippled when I'm older.
No, well, absolutely not. I mean, and you come across as quite a young, sort of reasonably fit person, going by the pictures that you posted. You're quite an active outdoor person. So it's not like you're this sort of sit at home on the couch kind of person. So if you're having these problems, then it must be really bad for other people.
It's just a continuous burn, isn't it?
It is. It's a very physical job, and you're on your feet 12 hours a day at the hospitals. It's usually 8 hours in long-term care facilities. But, a lot of people are pulling double shifts, so they're doing 16-hour days, and it's a lot when you're on your feet all the time.
It's hard going. It's hard going. I know that's the reason you're here, and you've touched on it before. So let's wind back to OLSP. I mean, we've spoken about it a lot. I'm trying to focus on it quite a bit on the lives now, just because the new site's imminent. For those who are still looking on the fence, we'll start off with you, Leah. I know you came in via Eels, but of all the programs, I know you were in RPM when they always found you, weren't you? But of all the programs out there, what was it that did it for you in OLSP? What was the difference? What made you get on board and come sailing through?
I think it was definitely the community that we have, because I wasn't getting any type of help or support from any of the other communities that I was in, the 2 other programs that I've done. And I mean, Ilse is just amazing. So we had a really long conversation, and she is in a similar situation that I've been in with stress leave and stuff. So we're at the same point in our lives. So we just really bonded over that. And it's just, the training was night and day between all the programs that I've done, and OLSP, honestly, is way better. The results I've seen, I got more results with OLSP than I did with the other ones. I just really, the community and the people that I've met, I have such a huge support system. We have our own little tiny group of people that I've talked to all the time, and if I need help with anything, they're instantly there. So it's great.
Excellent. And Lesley, same question to you. I mean, you said you didn't have a particular techie background, so you've obviously must have seen quite a few programs before OLSP come along.
I was only in one program, an American program, and the biggest obstacle for me was the time difference. Nothing was conducive.
That's my problem right now.
I bet it is, Leah. 100%. Half of my family's in Canada, and the time difference is just such a pain, always negotiating the time zones. But the lack of support, with no technical background, the lack of support, if it hadn't been for Paulie, I would have, I don't think I would have continued. And then he said to me, look at this program. And I came into the program, upgraded to Dominator very quickly, and joined the huddles. And Robert's huddles as such a mine of information. And, if you go to the huddle, you don't need support because it's all there.
Yeah.
And it was the community, and but it wasn't the community first, because I didn't realize about the community, but it was the tools and the training that were being offered. Because I always felt like I was disadvantaged with my knowledge. I couldn't get my knowledge up to speed. Now I'm not getting my knowledge up to speed purely because I don't have the physical hours to apply to it, but that's just for me to navigate myself, because it's all there and I can go to it whenever I want. So one program, which was very disappointing, and it wasn't a cheap program, and I still use the product, but I don't promote it, because I can't promote to people when I know they're going to go into a group that they're not going to get the necessary support and feel like me. So, and I think OLSP with Wayne, I mean, he is so infectious and contagious and enthusiastic and passionate about everything that it just is so motivating.
I think that is the right word. The passion the passion that Wayne has. It's so clear to see when you. It doesn't take long for you to pick up on it either. It doesn't matter when you see him for the first time. You can see this is a guy who genuinely loves what he does. You know, he comes out with so much energy, and I think that's what did it for me, because I don't think I have before upgraded on the day I joined a program, but I did with OLSP, because I just started going through the training and I thought there's something about this. I thought this is completely different. This is night and day. The way Wayne was coming across, the way the trainings were done, even the basic first couple of modules in the academy training I was going through, I thought, no, there's something about this. And I went Dominator on the day I joined, which is rare for me. I'll normally sort of watch it and, take me time and wait until I'm ready and think about it. But I just thought, no, there's something about this. And I thought, I'm just going straight through. And it just sort of went from there. And it is second to none. And then you realise, you get on the huddles. I mean, Robert has so much knowledge. And Robert is so approachable outside of the huddles. I've messaged him quite a few times, not sort of daily, but I can drop him a message. He's normally pretty quick to respond, And I called him on and I said, "You're like the OLSP encyclopedia." I said, "You just like you could just drop him and say Robert," and he just go pop, and he gives you the answer. And he's like, "Wow, quick as that."
Well, I think he and Mandy are the same.
Yeah, Mandy's been there since day one, hasn't she? I believe, since very early days.
Yeah. I don't know when day one was. Do you?
I'm not sure when day one was. I know it's been around a little while now, and I know they were they've been there since the early days, definitely. Because I had Mandy on one of my 50 day ones, and she said she was one of the very first ones with Wayne, and she's got on board with him that way. And she said he's had a couple of sort of upgrades. She said he's always looking to make it better. She said, and looking to improve it. And she said the difference with Wayne is when he makes an improvement to the system, she said it's to make it better for the people using it, and to make it better, to make it more easy for people to earn money with. She said that's the difference. It's not just sort of about lining his pockets like so many other programs about sort of filling the CEOs and the top people, which is he wants to make it as easy to earn for as many people as possible. Yes.
Well, it's great that he asks us what we would need, what we think would help us, and then he puts things into place, which I haven't heard of anyone else doing that across any programs. I mean, quite a number of groups, and some of these groups, it's only the group owners that ever post anything, which is quite frustrating. But you never hear of group members, extolling the virtues of their leaders.
No.
Like we do. Because he is our leader, isn't he? Does he lead from the front or does he lead? I think he leads from the back, Wayne. Because he trusts us to go out there and do what he's been teaching us to do. It's a little bit like a duck and what's the other animal? The other bird. A duck. I think a duck lets the little ducklings go in front, and a hen lets them all follow behind. I might have that the wrong way around. I mean, there's nothing wrong with either type of leadership. But I think Wayne particularly pushes us out front and puts us out of our comfort zone and trusts us to do it.
He does. And he's another one who's approachable. I mean, I've messaged Wayne, again, not bombarding him with messages every day or anything like that, but I've messaged him on occasion. And, sometimes it might take him a day or whatever, but he always answered. He's never not answered a message I've sent him. And you're thinking, that's another one. And you're thinking, where else in a program could you message the owner and the CEO of a program and have him answer you? And you know, as busy as he is, because he doesn't have to answer anybody, really. He doesn't even have to be as involved as he is, does he? But he's just still so approachable. And I think that, again, it just makes it's different. And sometimes you try and explain to people, say, look, and I think you say you just got to be part of it once you get part of it, because, you know, I think the retention in this program must be sky high, you know, compared to, say, the average program out there, because people just stick around, don't they?
Yes.
Because of the community.
Yeah, but we have a lot more value in the free program than the $7 courses do. So
oh god, yeah.
I think that's why we retain a lot more people, because just their value level.
Well, he was talking about his refunds as well the other week in VIP, and his refunds are very low, he was saying, Leah, wasn't he? Were you there on that call?
I'm not.
I mean, it was a very small percentage.
No, we're not VIP yet. We're
okay,
you know,
sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It shows how much attention I pay on a Friday night.
Apparently, I do more than the VIPs, but it's okay.
Well, at least I haven't got Dr. M here, because that's all he ever does now is rib me when he gets a chance about the VIP status. And that all stems back from my 50-day, when I think I had, you know, there was about 5 of us. There was Ills, and there was Dr. M. We had 2 or 3 of my others on. And he came up and he just gave me a load of stick one day on the call and said, "How is it you're hosting a VIP call, Phil, and you're still a dominator?" Yeah. And it just sort of stuck from there, you know.
Well, I knew you weren't VIP, but I thought you were, Leah. That's bizarre, actually. But you're on the huddles. I've definitely seen you on the huddles.
Yeah, I go on the Dominator huddles. I haven't been on the VIP ones.
Okay.
No, let's try and gate crash him. I think there was
I've
a
tried
time.
To gate crash
there was a time in the early days when I started in my first sort of month or two. I think that Wayne thought I was, because I was in the Academy Q&A questions a couple of times, and he said, "It's all right, Phil. Ask me tonight on the call." So I was like, "Okay," you know.
It's a call on a Friday night, but you know it starts at 8 o'clock, and sometimes he doesn't stop talking till 11:15.
I've heard that.
Really?
And can be later. I mean, I get ready for bed before the call starts. So as soon as I can, because I have terrible sleep problems. So as soon as the call finishes, I just can go straight to bed. I've brushed my teeth and I'm already in bed. But I don't want to miss the call. But I have started at 10. It's supposed to finish at 10 o'clock, or Wayne goes off at 10 o'clock, and then Robert will. But he loves to talk, and he's so enthusiastic and passionate about everything that he never stops at 10 o'clock. But I'm starting to close down at 10 o'clock now, because I work every night, and it gets too much. And normally all the good stuff's being shared at 8 o'clock, between 8 and 10. So when you can get to VIP, I thoroughly recommend it.
All right.
We will hold on to that.
I will soon.
We'll hold on to that thought, definitely. So, Leah, on a slightly different subject, I mean, tell us about, for those who don't know, I'm letting you have a shameless plug here. Tell us about the Digital Divas. How did that come about? And for those who want to know more information, what's it all about?
So I don't know, Ilse and I were just talking about it one day, and we really I've always wanted to do something that empowers women. And now we kind of have a platform we can do it on. We just want to make women stronger and share tips and tricks of digital marketing, and have different speakers on throughout the podcast episodes. And we just really want to build a community. So
I think it's a brilliant thing what you did, and I can see it being quite a hit with women, because a lot of women will definitely want to reach out and be a part of that. I think because
is this on Facebook?
No, our podcast is going to be on Spotify.
Okay. Yeah.
It's good stuff. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's lovely watching the story, to be honest, because you know, so you were literally just someone who needed help in the RPM group. It was come along, and you two have just sort of clicked, and now sort of great things are coming from it. And it's just shows to see that when you reach out to help people, some great things can happen, can't they? It's a really good thing to see, and it's going so well. I know Ilse is really excited about it all. And, you know, and she's such a workhorse, isn't she? She's just
she is.
Such a workaholic. It's too much, I think. I try and say to her sometimes, take some time out, but she just won't. Yeah, she says to me, I know you keep telling me, but I just don't listen. And
she doesn't listen to me either, so
she just needs a bit of time for her every now and then, I think, well, like we all do. And
yes,
you know,
like today when she's got a migraine.
Yes, definitely. And she's still trying to work through it, because she said to me, I spoke to her on a call, and she said, I'm actually better if I work through it rather than lying down, because it gets too much, which may be the case, but you just think, come on, Ilse, give yourself a break. You know, otherwise you'll just fall in a heap one day and sleep for hours. But you
have to strong arm Leah with your medical background.
Yeah. She has a medical background too. She doesn't listen.
Well,
but it's something that everybody needs. When you're doing this stuff online, you got to have time out for yourself. I mean, I would say that to some dominators. I've had a couple of them, they sit there for 12, 14 hours, and I'm saying, no, you know, another program say that's too long. You cannot be that many hours without your time out away from it. I mean, I said myself and my wife go out most mornings, definitely in the week. And when we do go out, you know, I don't even have Facebook activated on my phone. I don't want to hear it pinging. I don't want to hear any notifications. I don't want nothing, because I think that you need that time away, you know, just to sort of be able to switch off and be away from it all. It's going to be there when you come back, you know. I don't worry about any missed messages or notifications, because they don't interest me. You've got to have that time to switch off. It's important, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely is. You need to take care of yourself first.
My mobile's never off silent. I keep it on silent all the time. But most of my stuff I do from my computer anyway, because I'm at my desk most of the day. But I don't think I could stand my phone pinging me all the time.
No. Yeah, you got to have the time out, and it's like you say, you have to. Otherwise, it can consume you quite easily. You can lose so many hours doing it and end up staring at the screen for not too long. My time, I do a brief bit in the morning, and then sort of do whatever we're doing, and then I'll have a few hours in the afternoon and stuff like that. But otherwise, you can find yourself here for hours upon hours upon hours, right? And like you said, Lesley, you can go into the night before you know it, and I'll just do this, I'll just do that, and I'll just listen to a bit longer, and it can completely consume you, probably, if that's the right word, if you're not careful.
Only for so long, and then it catches up.
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah. And, you know, I find looking at the screen, I don't know whether it's the blue lights or just getting older, but gosh, my eyes ache. I mean, some days my eyes can actually be watering. And someone has recommended looking at the blue light glasses.
I have them.
And do they work for you?
These are prescription, though. They have they're tinted so that any screens or lights and stuff don't give me headaches.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think mine have got anti-glare. My prescription ones are anti-glare. That's not the same thing, is it?
No.
I need to get new glasses. I think I might have to have a chat with the ophthalmologist about it. Because like now my eyes are tired and I can feel they're watery. Yeah.
That's definitely a sign in it when they start watering, things like that. I find that if you get, especially if you're concentrating on something, you can sometimes feel it. So, and that's the time when I'll completely switch out what I'm doing if need be. So sometimes it's easier then just to maybe just throw on a training that you can actually sort of sit back a bit and listen to, because you haven't got the intensity of staring at it so much. You can almost look away sometimes and just sort of listen and follow along, stuff like that. And I think that's a way of getting time out. And you have to sort of monitor what you're doing. It's all part of what we do.
Yes.
But you know, it's big things come in. We all want to know when, Wayne. Just tell us when, you know, he's been sort of dangling this carrot for, you know, I don't know.
Well, we were going to record the first one today, but Ilse's migraine, and I was sick last week, so we'll probably record it tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have it edited enough to go out this weekend.
We're looking forward to it. Mm-hmm. We're looking forward to it. So, is anything you want to add, ladies? We've gone over just over half an hour. I think it's been a nice one. Ilse would have joined us, but unfortunately she's a little bit late up this afternoon. If anybody wants to join OLSP, I mean, it's not just about me and my show sitting here. If you can reach out to Lesley, reach out to Leah, and we're all contactable. And just if you want to get on, if you want to get on board via these two ladies, reach out to them, and they'll gladly tell you anything else you need to know. And it'll be a big decision and the best decision. That's what the message I'm banging home to people is there's no better time now to get on board. Come on board now and get on board as a dominator to get grandfathered into the new level. It's going to be the best decision they would make. There's no better time than now to join rather than wait until the new site comes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, to be honest, even knowing if I was a total beginner again, buying in at $47 was not something that was onerous or anything. If it didn't work and you didn't like it, it was only $47. And I know that's very flippant because $47 is a lot to people. But if you wanted to buy in and it was $297, you would stop and think that little bit longer.
Yeah.
So to get a dominator at the current price at the next level, I think is a fantastic offer.
It's an incredible offer. It really is. The value they're going to get with that. I mean, apparently Wayne's going to show us dominators a lot more tomorrow about what we're going to get, and then you can sort of really start to see things. But people they've got to take advantage, or they will be disappointed. There's no two ways about it. So, ladies, thanks ever so much for joining us. Lesley and Leah, I've had you both before. It's great that you could both join us. You're welcome anytime you want to come on. Leah, best of luck with your Digital Divas and your podcast. Thanks. Keep us posted because we want to have a listen and wish you all the success of it. And Lesley, just keep doing what you're doing. I love your content you're putting out, and Facebook. It's always good to sort of reach out and engage on each other's stuff. And anybody else is watching, also, if you want to get with VLSP, reach out to any of us. We'll gladly help you get started and give you some more information if you need it. In the meantime, have a great day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Thanks for watching, and we will all catch you all on the next live. Cheers and bye for now.